Exactly 9 months ago, or rather 7 months ago, we told you that RKLB stock was consolidating within a longer term bearish trend. We're also asking whether it's looking for a bottom. It seems that exactly 7 days, 7 calendar days, probably around maybe 5 trading days thereafter, it printed a 52-week low of $3.57, and from that day, the next trading session after that, that's on the 28th of December 2022, it rallied and reached what looks like a peak, got a rejection there, and then began what looks like from that time it presented what looks like a triple peak that were descending highs that had a descending pattern in them. But after that, we now saw a sustained period of consolidation from the 10th of March all the way towards 8th of April. That is the best part of 2 months. It consolidated for 2 months, and since that time, since I would say since the 9th of July, 9th of May, it has just not looked back anymore. It has now continued to rally. That day we covered that video on the 20th of December 2022. We had upper projections all the way towards $7.07. All of those have just been eroded. All of those targets have just been knocked out. They've just been knocked out. We had 4.34, 4.65, 4.87, 7.07. All of those targets have just been breached and extended, or rather breached and surpassed. Sometimes it can take 7 months for your strategy to materialize, and that is what happened with Rocket Labs. We also learned yesterday that it has successfully launched 7 satellites for NASA's Flight Laboratory and Spire Global from its complex in Launch Complex 1 in New Zealand. And options bulls yesterday were 4 times. They were trading 4 times its average value, average volume. And additional trade wins could come from unraveling its short interest. The 22.99 million shares sold short, which represents around 80% or thereabout the stock's available float, or more than 1 week's worth of pent-up buying power. Okay, so and on the off exchange, it also has a short interest of around 56% as well. So the bullish trend seems to be in effect. It has kicked in. It kicked in early May of this year, and has just not looked back. The 200-day moving average has since turned up, I believe. Yes, it has turned up. Yes, since turned up. The average, it appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above 0. Is also outperforming the S&P 500. So we have that momentum is strongly bullish. The 14-period Slow Stochastic oscillator is above 80, the level which many analysts call overbought. This means that investors having actively purchasing RKLB shares and driving the price higher. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So coming back to the projections, this is the weekly chart. We have now a further projection of 9.13 on the daily chart. 9.13. It is something you can achieve in just one trading session. Okay, let's look at the weekly chart. We have on the weekly chart 9.43 as well, 10.91, 12.80, 15.3, and all the way towards 22.64. All of these are just the projections on its weekly chart. 22.64 and 9.43 roughly. So RKLB has paid off after exactly 9 months. But actually, when did it reach that? It actually started to pay off. Actually started to pay off the day we covered the stock. It was trading at $3.73, and even about a few sessions thereabout, it broke those targets. It broke it's our upper project. Then I would say our upper projection that day was our first upper projection was 4.34. So as of the 17th of January, we actually reached 5.26. So yeah, it actually paid off way earlier than then, and then consolidated those sort of levels, the $5 levels, consolidated it for around 2 months, and started to extend again, started to rally again. As of the 22nd of May, it was at 4.94, trying to get to those $5 levels, but as of the 12th of June, which was not long ago, it had now surpassed those levels. It was no longer consolidating. It was now confirmed to be, rallying sufficiently, and it has not looked back since that time. It hasn't looked back. It has only dropped below. It has only closed below its 20-day moving average once since it broke above that on the. When did it break above that? On the 9th of May, the day it broke above that. The 9th of May, since it broke above that 20-day moving average, it only closed below that on the 6th of July, just a few days ago. So 2 months after rising above or closing above its rising and closing above its 20-day moving average, it only closed below it only once since that time. That's only once since that time. And the 20-day moving average, to some extent, is 20 or 21-day moving average is a primary demand line. So with that sort of decline below its demand line, market participants may have construed it as indicating that there is genuinely a need to buy this deep. There's a demand. There's something that's going to come out of it, and it has paid them off. From 5.59, we are looking at what we are looking at right now in this current pre-market session of $7.83 as things stand right now. So once again, upper projections of all the way towards 9.13 and 9.43, and all the way towards $22. $22 is really a stretch, but never say never. So 9.43 is the first projection. Let's get it again on the weekly chart. 9.43 is the first projection. 9.13 on the daily chart. 9.43 on the weekly chart. So yes, and then the next one after that will be 10.81, 12.80, 15.4, 15.35, and all the way towards 22.64. So Rocket Labs blasted off, defied pessimism and skepticism, and is now in a strong bullish trend without even looking back anymore. See what you make of RKLB stock, and thank you very much for watching this video.